Welcome back to the Frozen Forum podcast. And this is episode 20. This is the second episode that we are recording of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And the Habs just played their second game last night against the Tampa Bay Lightning in their barn. And man, the emotions were all over the place during that game, both as a fan and on that team. There's a lot to break down. There's a lot to break down in that game and some things that happened after the game that we got to talk about. But Alex, how are you doing?
I've been better.
Yes. Yep. Feel the same. Man.
I gotta say, in the Sportsnet feeds, when you see playoff games, it's very common to see a cut where, you go to Montreal, for example, and you find a bar somewhere and, all of the people in the bar are like screaming at a goal or something. There's some like delayed clip on, right? And it's like to show all of where the fans are, all that kind of stuff. Anybody at Sportsnet sees this, you should get a camera in Real Sports Bar in Toronto, because in the heart of Toronto, in the heart of Leaf Nation, that bar was 100% minus my friend who came with us to the bar, Habs fans. And 100% of that bar minus my friend was cheering at every single goal for the Habs and booing, basically, when calls didn't go our way. And that was the heart of Toronto. The bar was full. Look, we know we're the greatest team in the National Hockey League.
Also the
Nathan,
youngest.
we have not played a game in the Bell Center with a full crowd since what?
2020?
No, before. It must have been like 14? Was it really 2014? Was that really Carey Price? I'm Carey Price?
I think it was
2014-15 season?
Been a long time coming.
Man, and that barn, I gotta tell you, like the Bell Center is loud for the regular season. It's loud for opening night of the regular season. I cannot imagine what it's going to be like on Friday. And good luck to the Tampa Bay Lightning, because you've never played in a barn this loud.
So far, the largest barn in this playoffs has been the Buffalo Sabres. That is all going to change on Friday night.
Look, the net, I'm going to tell you this right now. Net, I think the Bell Center, like on average, will be at least 4 times as loud as KeyBank was in those first 2 games. And that's only because I say that very confidently, because the Sabres, what on earth happened on like last night? Like that barn had to be quiet. I was not listening to the game. It had to be quiet in there. If that happened to the Habs, the crowd would still be loud. They'd just be booing.
Man, and if the Habs played the way they did in the third period yesterday in Montreal, I don't think that's an option. To be completely honest, I think the greatest thing that Montreal has going for them is the collective voices of all of the people in the Bell Center will be like a tailwind. It's going to literally push the players. They can't stop skating like they did in the third and overtime. They can't, because the voices will literally push them forward, right? They would have to be trying to skate backwards for them to stay as still as they were in that third period. Look, we got a lot to talk about. This game, the story of this game is we played so much better. Honestly, even with the third and overtime, I thought that our 5-on-5 play was significantly better than the first game. Yes, significantly better than the first game, but it's got to carry through the entire length of the game.
No. I mean, you take the whole game as a whole, I think it was better. I think we're getting there, right? Yes, we came out hot. Yes, we we were on them. We had them for a bit. They score first, but we still had them, and we kept going. We kept pushing. We get 2 goals. We're up 2-1. Look, you look at the Habs this season. They are the best comeback team in the NHL. The stat is 30 of their wins they were losing at some point, right? The Habs are not good, have not had practice at having a lead in a game. Okay? We have to learn it. We're not used to it. It's going to come because we're going to have more leads and more games, right? Next year, I guarantee you, we're not going to be the best comeback team in the NHL. Simply because there's going to be a bunch of games that we win that we're leading the whole time, right? That hasn't happened. We haven't got to that point. We're not that dominant yet. We will be. We're not there yet. I think this is a good game. I think this is a good wake-up call. I also think that, you see in the worst of times, I mean, when the tide goes out, you see who wasn't wearing any swim trunks, right? There are a few guys on this team who you go, I don't know if they should be in the lineup game 3.
One thing that the Habs fans on Twitter were forgetting about last night is this team has an average age of 25 years old. They are going to make mistakes, and that is what happened last night. But hey, you would rather it happen to this iteration of the team. They're going to get maturity, they're going to grow, and even when we don't play our... You think we're playing better. I'm going to say that was not our best game at all. Even when we're not playing our best, we can still bring Tampa Bay to overtime.
No. I'm not saying it's anywhere close to our best. I'm just saying that like it was better than game one. I thought game one, to be honest, 5-on-5 was not a good game. I thought we got dominated the whole game, and the only reason we were in that game is because we got 6 power plays and we scored on 3 of them, right? I thought this game was a lot better. 5-on-5 wise, I was really happy with it, to be completely honest. Other
So
than the
many
third and
opportunities.
overtime. I mean, when I look at the third and overtime, though, the thing that sticks out to me is like, yes, okay, we tried to defend a 2-1 lead, and frankly, this team doesn't have a lot of experience defending, right? We're not the Philadelphia Flyers. We don't shut down the neutral zone. By the way, Philly, 3-0
Oh my
series lead.
God, they're gonna...
Good luck, Pittsburgh. God, this is why Sidney Crosby, you need to come to Montreal, because this
Pittsburgh
does
has
not
the
happen.
chance, but Pittsburgh now has the chance to do something that has only happened 3 times in NHL history. Come back from a 3-0.
Pittsburgh's done. Pittsburgh's done. It's over. They're getting swept. Like it's done. It is done. The series is over Saturday. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna put money on this game. Like you give me the Philadelphia Flyers money line on Saturday. Done. It's happening.
I don't think so. I think there's going to be some kind of magic going on in that locker room with the vets.
Nah. There's
Firing
no
up.
magic left. They've used the magic. It's all over. I mean, I thought Pittsburgh had it when they were up 1-0 today. I thought, okay, look, they're putting up a thing. All of a sudden, I look again, it's 3-1. Then it's 3-2. All of a sudden, it's 5-2. It's like, okay, well, great. That lasted. Nah, it's over. It's over. Philadelphia, underrated team. This team's going to the conference final at least. The Philadelphia Flyers have a chance to go all the way to the Cup, if I'm being honest. I think they have a lot higher chance than a lot of people are giving them credit for. That's a team that knows how to defend. Now, we don't. There's a whole reason I brought Philly up. It's because you look at the Philadelphia Flyers, how they defended the lead in those first few games. They shut down the neutral zone. There was nothing getting through them, right? We don't have any experience doing that. We don't have a structure to do that. Our system doesn't like allow for that, right? We're not used to it yet. We'll learn it next year. What we have to get better at, what we have to do more, is instead of thinking about how to defend better, we need to be on the pedal the entire game.
I know.
Right?
Well, that's what happened heading into that third period. We were on the pedal for that second period. You see, at the end of the second period, we had Deneau, who missed the open net. But right after that, we get a chance with Caulfield and Slav 2-0, overpassed. But then after that second period, took our foot right off the gas and just coasted. And then that coasting led us to Kucherov getting a pretty easy goal. And then us not getting a shot in overtime.
That Kucherov goal,
that should never happen, because Slav should backhand that out of the zone. What happened on Twitter and social media last night?
After that,
yeah.
Look. I mean, I think Kirby Dach's off the team for third game.
Look, I think he's off. He'll be off the roster for the third game as well. But he was getting too much heat online. It is not just his fault that we lost. There are many other things that went wrong for us not to win that game.
I think that the biggest thing is like, look, if you want to try to hold down the fort, like you got 2 options, right? If you want to hold it down, it's either you do good things offensively or you don't make mistakes defensively. I think there's only one guy you really look at on that team last night that has a defensive blip a few times. Kirby only got killed for one of them, right? 1 or 2 of them. Like the other ones went unpunished, but they were still there. Right. I thought Doc in general, like there were a bunch of times in the game where I was like, man, he's just got to hit that guy. Like, even offensively, like you got to take the hit. You got to take the body. Right. Like on the play in overtime. I mean, icing the puck there, like
that's
you cannot do it there. You absolutely cannot ice the puck there. Right. And like I don't really care what the argument is from him, like what he was trying to do and it just didn't work. Whatever. It's like at the end of the day, in overtime, like, you get to the red line, you take the hit, and you don't like that 101, hockey 101. It's a second period, right? Now, Montreal's not been a good second period team all season, right? We had that big stretch where like I think we got scored like 50 goals in the second period against us, and like we had like 2 for us, right? That means overtime we're not going to be as poised for. That means in the third period we need to take advantage of our opportunities. That means in the third period we need to have our foot on the pedal. Now, that doesn't happen. I think that this series is going to be really interesting because we now have the ability to match up that Slavkovsky, Caulfield, and Suzuki line against whatever line we want. And I'd be curious what line that we're gonna get them matched up against.
Mm-hmm. And if we take Kirby Dach out of the lineup, I think it's Gallagher. Like it's got to be.
It could be Veleno. To be honest, if I'm being honest,
too.
I think Veleno would be a better defensive fit. I don't think Kirby's adding anything offensively right now, and so with him not adding offensively, you can put Veleno in there, and he's going to be better defensively at the very least. Veleno also, I loved what he's been doing on the penalty kill. Involved a lot in that end of this end of.
And we need a guy like that, especially against Kuch and Gensel.
Yeah, for sure.
And Hagel, bro. Hagel has been a weapon for them, and he's been getting into the heads of some of our players, which you definitely saw last night. Also, the physicality last night, man, I could just watch that for hours. Just give me some popcorn. I love that. And I love that we're not backing down. None of our players are backing down, minus Kirby Doc. But yeah, another guy who I thought had a fantastic game once again was Arbor Jacki. He didn't make any mistakes. He's playing physical. He's not taking stupid penalties.
This is his. To be honest, when Dobson comes back, who do you take out?
I know.
I've liked Strubal's game.
Yeah, Strubal's been very good. He's been pinching nicely. He was aggressive in the first game, and it made me a little nervous, but they were all smart pinches.
Look, I mean, Jacki didn't play any in overtime.
Oh, really?
He's the only player on the Habs that did not play overtime. But that was because they were double shifting laner.
Makes sense.
They were doing Hudson with Cooley basically every other shift. Actually, every other shift, and then they were just getting. And then they sent him out with Struble a little bit, and then put Cooley and Matheson together. Took some time away from Carrier. Very interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, a bunch of weird things happening in the third period. Obviously, just trying to get a spark going. I think I really like it when Carrier plays with Cooley, if I'm being honest. I really like Dobson playing with Matheson, and like obviously Marty does too, because those two are on the ice all the time together. I think that Hudson, I just think they trust Struble more defensively, but I don't know how you take Arbor out of this.
I know.
I do wonder if you do 7 defensemen and 11 forwards when Dobson comes back.
Wow, who do you fill? Who do you fill into that hybrid position then?
Well, no. What I mean is I would be totally fine with Jacki and Struble alternating, or even one of the other defensemen alternating with them, like Carrier. And then on the forwards, you let Slavkovsky, Caulfield, and Suzuki have turns with other lines, right? Give me Slavkovsky out on every other shift. With on the second shift, he's with Demidov and Kapanen, for example, or Demidov and Newhook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, that line was fantastic this year. We had a clip go viral about it, but that line was fantastic when it was a thing. The same thing with Suzuki though. Suzuki can do amazing things. Caulfield can do amazing things. These guys are young. These guys can go out, they can do a double shift every once in a while, or not like 2 back to back, but just one break in between every once in a while. And in a worst case scenario, you send out Arbor Jacki as a forward. He did it with the one game.
Yeah. He would just come in like a freaking wrecking ball.
I just don't know how you justify taking either of them out. And the thing with Jacki and Struble is they bring a level of physicality to the game that the other defensemen on the team don't bring. Right? That's just how I look at it.
I thought Matheson's been pretty good back there. He's been pretty physical.
Yeah, but it's not the same level. I mean, you look at the way
you're not going to be the same level as Jacki, obviously.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is you need that level in the playoffs. You need somebody to go check the guys, because otherwise Tampa's going to walk over us, right? Or they're going to hit into us, and we're not going to have any response, which might not actually be the worst thing in the world. Yeah. No, that Doc, man, the Doc one hurts, and
because he's one of the guys that's fighting for an extension.
Yeah, he's gone. He's done. I think he's done.
Done off the team.
Yeah. This is his last season, right? I think Doc's trade him off to somebody else. Don't. I mean, they'd probably give him the whatever it's called offer, the qualifying offer. I just don't see how, with the team that you have right here and the prospects coming up, you don't need Doc on the team. He's not an integral part. If anything, he's a third line player, and you can find those. They grow on trees. I don't know. I don't see a future
with everything we have coming up. Yeah, I guess it's a fair point.
Plus,
what do we do with Patrick Laine if he gets healthy again?
I mean, he's gone. He's not coming in this series. He's not coming in the playoffs.
Well, he's not coming in this year. I mean, in the future, for the future Habs.
I mean, he's over. He's over. His contract's over this season. He's gone. He's done. I think he probably retires, if I'm being honest. I don't know if anybody else signs him. Maybe he signs a deal in San Jose or something. I could see that, but they're not gonna like him.
I know. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah. No, look,
Habs fans, we could just
the better stat. The better stat.
Heads up. That's
Nathan, I gotta say the better stat, the much better stat. The thing that every single Habs fan should be talking about right now is the Montreal Canadiens have not won the first 2 games of the first round of the playoffs since Maurice Richard was on the team.
Same as the Minnesota Wild. They've never won 2 in first 2 games.
It's like it's fine. Guys, like chill. You know how many Stanley Cups we won since then? A lot. And we didn't. We never won the first 2 games of the series, right?
Also, the biggest thing coming out of Tampa Bay with 2 games, we wanted at least 1 win. And we got that.
We got the 1 win. Look, a home ice advantage with the Bell Center full. Like what more can you ask for? And against this kind of Tampa team, like their top 6 is good, but after that, it's just kind of fell off. Like I don't know. Like looking at these tables, like they had what? Zemgus Girgensson, Scott Sabrin, Declan Carr. He's a defenseman. Nick Paul, Lilleberg.
Who's this James guy? Who's this James guy? I see him all over the place.
Dominic James, he's actually pretty good. He had a really good expected goals for percentage last night. But no, all I was gonna say is like look, there's Girgensons, Scott Sabrin, Nick Paul, Annie Gord, all last night below a 30 expected goals for percentage. Like that's the bottom of the lineup, right? That's also the bottom D pair, Lilleberg and Carlisle. Like so they have 2 defense pairs, right? Also, Cernak and McDonough were not good last night. You know, they had 100% goals for percentage, 40% expected goals for percentage. So like they've got 1 D pair that's been okay. Moser and Radish, which fair, they've been good, right? Hudson's been good. Whatever. The rest of the guys on the team, like again, the top 6 is good. Gensel, Point, Kucherov, Gonclaves, James. Corey Perry's been pretty good too, actually, to be honest.
No, bro. Corey Perry, the guy who never seems to go away.
But look. Like what I'm trying to say is we have that, and you got to think that Girgensson, Sabrin, Paul, like who are they getting matched up against right now, right? Like they're getting matched against Danault, Evans, and Anderson. And they have a 30%, like that line, as good as they've been, don't get me wrong, Anderson's been good. Like the matchup that we're going to have tomorrow in Friday's game is going to be that line, the Danault, Evans, Anderson is going to get matched up right up against Nikita Kucherov. Like right up. I guarantee you that line is getting matched up against Nikita Kucherov. Whenever Nikita Kucherov's on the ice, that line is going to be out there. Cirelli, Hagel, Gensel, which is the current first line,
is going against our first line.
I don't know about that. I don't actually know if you have to. I think you can put the second line out there against them. I think you could put Demidov, Newhook, and Texier.
So then our first line is going against their third?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like you're gonna put the first line, Caulfield, Suzuki, like you know, everybody's talking about, oh, these guys have like no contributions in this series. Every single time we can match them up, they're gonna be against like Scott Sabrin, Gonclaves.
Right, I'm clipping this, bro.
Like no, I'm serious. Like that's what Marty's gonna do, right? You don't think Marty's gonna do that?
No.
Why
He's
not?
putting Danault and Anderson against the Kuch line.
Of course. Are you kidding? Anderson's gonna kill Kucherov. Like that's gonna be like the first game. Kuch is gonna go off with some kind of leg. Watch. Game 3. Kucherov's gonna go off with some kind of leg injury because he went awkwardly into the boards because Anderson killed him.
Okay, it's in the recording.
And that's not me wishing any kind of harm on Kucherov. Look, I'd love it if he couldn't get injured, right? But like if you choose to get hit by Josh Anderson, then like I mean that's your problem.
We'll see if this happens. I think this is a little bit of your more subtle, outrageous takes, but
look. I mean, they've been putting Cirelli, Hagel, and Gensel out against Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky because they've been trying to stifle Caulfield, Slavkovsky, and Suzuki. Right? You're not going to go back. Like you're not going to go back to Montreal and just let them match up their best defensive line against your best offensive line. Like you're not going to let that happen. You're also not going to put.
You're also not going to. Has been just nerfing Caulfield because they're not letting him play on Saturday night at the Bell Center.
Hey, look. You can nerf Caulfield if you want. The way that they're nerfing Caulfield right now, they're double teaming him.
They are double teaming him. Did he have a shot on goal last night? I don't think he had a shot on goal.
I'm telling you. Like Nathan, like we get to play matchups. We're gonna play matchups.
Okay.
Now the question is whether or not those matchups are gonna be good. You know, maybe Cirelli, Hagel, and Gensel are actually really good at hockey. I don't know. I think they just kind of step up to the plate against the Suzuki line and got a bunch of offensive zone shifts because I mean I didn't see the Caulfield line go out there like offensively like maybe 3 times, 4 times. I swear we started every single time they went out there as a defensive zone shift. Wait, I feel like I can see that. Hold on.
It's 1-1 Oilers Ducks going in first intermission.
Okay, I lied. That line had the most offensive zone starts, but
I don't know what game you were watching. You were watching the Sabres game on the other screen.
I mean they had 5 offensive zone starts, 5 neutral zone starts, 2 defensive zone starts, right? Like Jaden Struble, Arbor Jack guy never had a defensive zone start. Mike Matheson was out there for 8 defensive zone starts. Philip Deno was out for 5. Philip Deno did not have an offensive zone start.
And Lane Hudson was on freaking every start, everywhere.
But Lane Hudson started 4 in the offense, 5 in the neutral, 4 in the defensive.
That's insane. Lane Hudson, first goal, first playoff goal for him. That's huge. That's huge. He's getting confident with the shot, and then he hit the post with 30 seconds left.
No, I mean that game could have been over like so many times. I thought we had way better chances than they did too.
We did.
Like
we did.
The
Lane
whole
Hudson
game.
hitting the post. Deno wide open. Caulfield Slav 2-0 in alone.
When all Slavkovsky got to do is shoot the puck.
Just shoot that one. He just had to shoot.
Shout out right now to Steve and all of his buddies that were at the game that we got to meet last night. They were brilliant. They're from Montreal originally. Some of them have moved around other places. They were up in Toronto for some kind of conference. Shout out, was nice to meet you. And I slightly blame your friend who showed up for overtime for the fact that we lost.
And we didn't get a shot. And it's also your friend's fault.
Yeah, it is also Steve's friend's fault. I do agree.
Alrighty. What more do you have to say?
Friday's a new game. Friday's a new game. It's the Bell Center. Find a better place to play hockey.
It's going to be rocking. You know that these Habs are coming back. I think that's all we have for today.
That's all we have.
Thank you, everyone that's made it to this point in the episode. It's one of our shorter episodes. There might be more of you than normal. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Once again, make sure that you subscribe, hit that like button, hit that bell notification, and leave a comment below. Really helps our channel grow tremendously. I checked. We are at 162 subs. Let's keep going. Let's bring those numbers up, baby. We're going to be pumping out tons of content over the playoffs for you guys. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I just said that twice. YouTube, Twitter. And you can also follow us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast content. Really, we're there. And that's all for tonight, folks. We'll see you again on Friday night. Au revoir et bonne soirée.